Actually, a little too loud. Okay. Gotta balance the game volume somehow. Anyway, hey y'all, this is Kira, and welcome to the first episode of Let's Play Magia Record, I guess? I waffled on doing this for a while, but, I feel like this is a story-based game, and something I had been thinking even before I got into this game was that if Battleground High School, which is also a story-based game, ever had an English version release, I would do like a Let's Play thing of that going through the story. So, might as well do it with Magia Record, because Battleground High School is definitely never getting an English release. RIP that game, ending service on my birthday. Oh well. Okay. お花って大切な人に贈るものなんじゃないのかなって思うの。だからもっと勉強して素敵なブーケが作れるようになりたいな。So obviously this is an account that's established. I have girls, so this is not like starting from the beginning. I'm going to be replaying stages that I've already played, going through the story, going through the magical girls stories, going through another story, going through all of it. We're just gonna have a good time. Also, I have Konami as my homepage girl right now, just because I really like her design. That's pretty much it. So obviously, we're not starting on Chapter 3. We're starting on Chapter 1. And I think in this video, I'm gonna try to do at least the first episode of Chapter 1. Maybe episode 2 if it doesn't take too long. I don't want the videos to be super long, you know. As for like an upload schedule, I'm gonna say at least twice a week, but I'm gonna do more if I'm motivated to. So since this is the beginning, I'm probably gonna try to do at least one each weekday this week. I can't do it on weekends because I work. But I'm gonna try to do at least one today, tomorrow, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then from next week on, I'm gonna maybe try to do for 2 or 3. So, let's just go episode by episode. Replay cutscenes, please? Okay. Also, before we get started, I might as well say, I also waffled back and forth on whether I should do voices. Since this main story is already voiced, I will not do voices for that. I'll just let the Japanese voices carry it, although I will point out certain things that are different in the voice acting than they are in the subtitles. But for the magical girl stories, which are mostly not voiced, I will be doing voices for those. And no, you cannot convince me not to do it, so if you're not interested in that, just don't watch those ones, I guess. I'll explain what I'm planning to do for those towards the end of the video. Let's just get into the first battle right now. Obviously, I also have more of a choice of magical girls now because I don't have just Iroha, so I can actually choose teams. Alright, let's get started.
最近私は同じ夢を見る。誰か知らない女の子が病室にいて、ベッドの上に座ったまま本を読んだり食事をしたりする姿をただ眺める夢。その子は時々私に笑いかけて何かを言う。だけど私にはその声が聞こえない。きっとそれは私が病室にいないから。私は画面の向こうにある別の世界をただ眺めているだけだから。どうして私こんな夢ばかり見るようになったんだろう。私が繰り返しあの夢を見るようになったのは前にこの町に来てから。あれからずっと夢を見るたびに胸がざわめく。 私の中に押し込められた何かがしきりにうごめくように。だから私は真相を知りたい。夢のことも胸がざわつく理由も。だってそのためにこの町に来たんだから。見つけないと、そして確かめないと。
Yeah, so obviously we're introduced to our main girl Iroha here and her motivation. Just get that right out the way.
魔女を追っていれば見つかると思ったけど、魔女も使い魔も多くて思うように魔力を追えない。だけど多分この辺りに魔女がいる。もう一度探ってみよう。やっぱり近い。違う、すぐそこにいる。あまり遅くなるとお母さんに怒られちゃうし、急いで確認しないと。戦いは魔法少女の宿命ね。
Well, right, I might as well also give some tips and tricks as we're doing this. So, for these early battles, it's not that imperative that you do like strategic stuff. And I'm gonna be honest, I'm not the master of strategic stuff in this game. But I know some basic tips and tricks, like if you do single girl combos, you do get a higher damage output, which, you know, handy. Also, gotta do the connect, because that also increases damage, or Magia, or whatever. And if you do same disc combos, like the blast, especially blast combos, that also increases damage. So if you want to try to do as much damage as possible, Puella combos and blast combos are your game. Puella combos can actually do a little bit more damage than blast combos depending on the girl. Some girls can do Puella blast combos. And obviously I've already cleared these goals because I've already played this stage as Iroha, and the first stages are very easy. So let us move on to Battle 2. Another fire stage. Keeping going with the water team.
どこにいるの？魔法少女の魔力反応があればすぐに見つけられるんだけど。反応は近い。きっとどこかに。あっちだ。早く逃げないと。
Chugga chugga!
大丈夫？よかった。一緒に結界から逃げよう。
Kaede is a pretty strong magical girl, but against enemies that are of the opposite type from her, yeah, maybe not doing so well. I guess I might as well use this time to talk about my feelings on some of the girls, I guess. I like Iroha a fair amount. Like I said, like that we get her motivation out pretty quickly. At least you know what she's doing. She's looking for a girl in her dreams. And you'll find out who that girl is shortly enough. Not my absolute favorite character from the game, but I like her well enough. She's pretty good. She's not quite as much of a Madoka XP as I think some people were thinking. Oh. Talk about that later.
にしないで。ただ使い魔が強くてちょっと驚いちゃった。強くて？もしかして神浜の外から来たの？え、うん、そうだよ。それなら戻った方がいいよ。この町の魔女って強いから。今の使い魔でもきっと弱いぐらいだもん。
The
嘘？
Kaede was still losing
嘘
to
じゃな
them.
いよ。だから心配してくれてありがとう。でもね、私まだ帰れないんだ。でも本当に疑ってるわけじゃないの。ただね、ちょっとここに来たのは理由があって。理由？うん。あ、そうだ。この町で見たことないかな。何を？小さいキューベイなんだけど、キューベイの子供みたいな。小さいキューベイ。ごめんね、知らないよね。見たことあるよ。本当？最近ね、この町ってキューベイしかいないから。私ね、その子を探しに来たの。前に一度見てるんだけど、どこにいるかわからなくて。それなら急いだ方がいい。急いだ方がいい？さっきの結界にいたと思う。見間違いじゃなければ。だけど。
Just gonna turn that off because otherwise my phone screen is gonna keep going dark. I should probably just expand the timer if I want to keep doing more of these. But I'll worry about that for next time. This is a learn as you go thing.
さっきの魔女の結界は。さすがにもう逃げてるよね。でも教えてくれてありがとう。私さっきの魔女を追ってみる。でも慎重にね。小さいキューベイ、警戒心が強くて逃げちゃうから。分かった。私こそ助けてくれてありがとう。小さいキューベイなんて見つけてどうするのかな。
What do you think she's gonna do? Eat it? Anyways, Battle 3.
見つけた。これさっきの魔女と同じ魔力パターンだ。これなら追っていけるけど、なんだか変な感じ。さっきは人が多いところにいたはずなのに、今は人が少ないところにいる。何が目的なんだろう。急に反応が近く。魔女が近い。違う、向こうから来てる。あれ、使い魔はいない？いた。ゆっくり近づかないと逃げられるかもしれないし。
I can't be the only one to immediately have a negative reaction upon seeing Cube. Even a little one like that. This one is a little different, as you'll find out later in the game. A little
向こ
different.
うから近づいてくる。
Still don't trust.
警戒心が強いんじゃ。
Choo choo! What is with these familiars making train noises? I don't remember them doing that in Japanese. And I might have also just not really paid attention to it.
こんな時に。何この数。まさかこの使い魔、私が追いかけてるって気づいてた？
I guess I could also comment on the music, since that's something I tend to care about in my video games. I mean, it's a mix of music from the show and a few original tracks, and the original tracks work really well. The music from the show is obviously really good, so there's not that much to say. Anyways, Yachio here, who we'll see in the story shortly. Not in this episode. Well, considering what I'm thinking about doing, we might see her. I don't remember when she first pops up. But Yachio here is a girl who can do a blast combo by herself because she has 3 blast discs. I'll go into the disc stuff after this, I guess, because that is an important thing to consider when you're making your teams. Chugga chugga choo choo. These failures are silly. It's a little hard to laugh at them when Iroha's getting beaten up, though. It's more like you need to leave the city rather than you don't belong here, but potatoes, it's fine enough. Those aren't really the translation issues I'm looking for. Anyways, I thought about it while I was doing that, and I think I want to do basically up to where the game gives you free reign, which is to the second battle in here, and then the next episode I'll continue here and finish off chapter 1 by doing the next episode too. So, we'll do that. That's 2 Yachigas. That's not really answering the question, but okay. Iroha, they don't look remotely alike. I don't know why you don't seem sure about it.
ちょいと状況が良くないな。使い魔にやられたってのは。
Yeah, especially silly familiars like those ones, you know, makes you look pretty pathetic.
というわけで、これから神浜で戦っていくためにも、私と一緒に調整屋に行くとしよう。
AKA the best character in the game. I won't take any dissenting opinions.
調整屋？やっぱり君、神浜の魔法少女じゃないのか。調整屋を知らないことこそ分かりやすい証拠だよ。
そうなんですか？
そうですとも。魔女が強い神浜市じゃ調整屋ってのは常識なのさ。なんせ魔力を強化したり魔法少女を紹介してくれるからね。
それ本当ですか？
嘘かまことかはこれから自分の身で確かめに行くんだよ。てなわけで案内するからついておいで。
そんな、私なら大丈夫ですから。
わざわざ外から来たんだ。何か理由があるんだろ。
はい。
ここは頼っておいても損はないと思うぞ。
ごめんなさい。よろしくお願いします。
うん、素直でよろしい。私は戸亀桃子。よろしくね。
あ、私は玉木いろはです。よろしくお願いします。
Momoko's a good girl.
戸亀さん、ここは私が。助けられてばかりじゃ。
Also, notice this. Notice how she said Togame-san and they translated it as Miss Togame? Don't get used to that. You'll see what I mean later.
なーにバカ言ってんの。
Something I have a little bit of an issue with in this translation. I'll get into it when we get to it.
私に任せて。いろはちゃんはサポート。
Translating Iroha-chan as Iroha is fine enough, but let's get into this.
すみません。
おっと、それから大切なこと。私のことは桃子でいいからね。堅苦しいのはなしでいこう。
Because, see, they said Iroha is someone who tends to default to last names, which makes sense because that's polite in Japan. That's what you do. But then they don't follow through with it later. Again, I'll get into it more at a later time. I'm just pointing it out now because that's a good point to point it out.
私を信じて。私たちなら貫く。私を信じて。私たちなら。
Not much to comment on here because these battles are really easy.
また生き延びたのね。
Alright, jumping back into our last battle for today. And let's use girl we haven't used yet. She's Meiyui.
さあ、この奥だよ。
こんな廃墟の奥に。
調整屋は魔女や使い魔の類とは戦えないみたいだからね。人気のないところの方が使い魔や魔女が近寄らないし、調整屋にとってはやりやすいんじゃないかな。おっす、調整屋。
あら、久しぶりね、桃子。
I love her. Best character from this game. I love her so much.
最近来ないから寂しかったわ。
最近じゃ客も多くなって思い出す余裕もないくせに。
そんなことないわよ。あら、そちらの子見ない顔ね。
今日は私のようじゃなくて新しい客の紹介だ。
この人が調整屋さんですか？どうも、調整屋さんです。ヤクも三玉っていうのよ。以後ごひいきにしてちょうだいね。
Now you might also recognize me. You will also see Mitama as handling the gacha, because that's what she does. So Mitama is to blame for your suffering. I'm just kidding. Mitama's the best. Like I said, I love her. She's my favorite from this game. I love her so much.
私は玉木いろはって言います。よろしくお願いします。
でだ、調整屋。
何？
いろはちゃんのソウルジェム、ちょっといじってあげてよ。
A line is an interesting choice of word for that. The fan translation, I think, just used strengthen, which makes a little bit more sense because that's more accurate to what she's doing. A line feels like it's like it would have to be like out of alignment for her to be doing that. I don't necessarily agree with that, but it's what they chose. It makes it more confusing than it needs to be.
あら、軽々しく言うけど、お題はもちろんあるのよね。
もちろん私が持つよ。
待ってください、桃子さん。助けてもらった上に、そんな。
まあまあ、こういう時はお互い様さ。ほら、こういう時は喜ぶもんだよ。
はい、ありがとうございます。で、それでソウルジェムをいじるってそれはね、あなたのソウルジェムの中に私が触れるってこと。そして他の魔力を注いだり、潜在能力を引き出したりするの。桃子さんが言ってた通り、本当にそんなことが？一度経験してみるとびっくりすると思うわよ。だからね、早速始めちゃいましょう。はい、それじゃあ服は脱いで、そこの寝台に横になってね。はい、わかりま。脱ぐ？そう、そこのカゴの中に入れてね。
おい、調整屋。
わかりました。
You know, so ready.
わかるな。ったく、いじめてやるなよな。
嘘でした？
I love Mitama.
こちらはいつでもいいや。
Also, even though a battle clearly isn't actually happening, they just gotta put one in there. No story segments without battle. Not yet. Anyway,
見えたよ。
might as well go into charge, I guess, a little bit.
骨を砕けみるね。
Because charging can be very helpful. Basically, it does what it says on the tin. It'll make your next attack stronger, and if you can especially build up a bit of a chain of charge, like so. Also showing that you can target different enemies, I guess. Around 3,000 per enemy there. Alright, let's just do this. It was like 21,000 for that middle enemy and more for the other ones. Like, charging, especially if you can build up a chain of charging, will increase your damage a lot. Or if you use it with a, if you use it with an Excel, the blue disc. If you use it with those, you can gain more Magia. I've been calling them Excel to myself, but I don't know how they're supposed to be pronounced. I don't know how it's actually supposed to be pronounced, because it's written in English and Japanese too. So it's not like I can, or written with English characters in Japanese too, so it's not like I can reference that.
リラックスして深呼吸ゆったり身を任せて大地に沈んでいく静かに静かにそれじゃあソウルジェムに触れるわよ力を抜いてもう少し深くまたあの子の病室前より鮮明に見えるやっぱりあなたの病室ださすがに私も覚えちゃったよねえあなたさっき私に何か言おうとしてなかったごめんねもう一度言ってもらってもいいかな違うのそんな悲しい顔しないでちゃんと声が聞こえないだけでねえあなたは誰もしかして私あなたと会ったことあるの行かないで答えてねえあなたは私の何どうして見るたびにこんなに愛おしくて懐かしいの
Alright, and that's where we ended off for the story today, but the episode is not over yet. Now, obviously, when you're starting the game off for the first time, you would do a solo poll at that point, which I'm not going to do to replicate it. But I'm just pointing out you get to the gacha, and then you would put the girl on your team and whatnot. But so what I was going to talk about, since I had been talking about discs, is, well, about discs. If you go into your girls page, you can see here under the skills category what discs they have. Because every turn in Magia Record, the game will randomly select 5 discs of however many are available. Because each girl brings in 5. So if you have 2 girls, that's 5 out of 10. It'll select half of them. It could select all of one girl's discs and none of the other. That's possible. I've seen it happen. I've seen it happen when there's 15 discs available. But so you can have up to 5 girls in a battle. So up to 25 discs total, which it will select 5 from. And so that means that going into a battle, sometimes you want to take in the disc selection carefully. Obviously Homura here has only one Axele. I'm just gonna say Axele because that's how I've been thinking about it. Disc, but she has 2 blast and 2 charge. And as I was pointing out too, Yachio has 3 blast disc and only 1 charge and 1 Axele. Girls will either come in the 2-2-1 pattern or the 1-3-1 pattern, where they'll have, either 2 of 2 types and 1 of the 3rd type, or 3 of 1 type and 1 of the other 2 types. That's just how they come in. I think Yachio might be the only girl I have that has 3 of 1 type. I'm not sure about that. I would need to... Because I think most of them... It's more common for girls to be the 2-2-1 style. Yeah, it seems likely that that is the case. Yeah. But the girls with 3 of one type can be very useful too. One last thing before we end it off, because I'm pretty much, nope, not that. I'm pretty much done for today, I think. I don't think I'll do any more, is I want to start trying to do at least like one magical girl story too, as long as I can do that, because once I run out of unlocked stories I won't be able to do anymore, but I want to try to do at least one. So these are all the magical girls I have, so just say whichever one you're interested in. Obviously a bunch of them I'll be replaying their first story, but yeah, just say whichever girl you're interested in. I'll just do one set of their stories here at the end of the next episode, so just let me know. Also, for how this is going to be arranged too, is that once we get into chapter 2, another story will be taking place parallel to the main story, so once we do chapter 2 episode 1 of the main story, then the next episode will be chapter 2 episode 1 of another story. I will be going flip-flopping back and forth. And still doing magical girl stories in the meantime. Labyrinth quests have no stories. They're here. They're definitely do them on your own time, because you can get EXP items and items for ranking up your magical girl in them. And do the event. I'm not going to be covering the event because this event also has no story. But when we get a story event coming out, I don't know when the first one will be, but when we do get one with a story, I will cover that one story too. Events are also not voiced, so you get me voicing the characters then too. But anyway, that is it for today, and I will see you next time, which should be tomorrow, unless something happens that delays me again. At minimum, I'm going 2 videos. I'm probably going to try for 3. And like I said, this first week I'm going to try to do 1 each day so that I can make some progress in the beginning. So, next time we're going to finish off episode 1 of of Magia Record story, or chapter 1. What are they individually called? Chapters. Next time we're going to finish off chapter 1, finishing up the second half of episode 2 and all of episode 3, and we'll do 1 magical girl story. Again, pick whoever you like. It could be one of the 3 main characters that I currently have. It could be Madoka or Homura, or it could be one of the minor characters that are also unique to this game. Like, whomever you are interested in, just let me know, and I'll pick whoever seems to have the most interest. So, I'll see you next time. Bye-bye!